Welcome back to Ladies Love Country.
We're your hosts, two wannabe Aussie cowgirls with big playlists and even bigger energy.
This is your backstage pass to country music, Aussie festivals, and all the chaos that comes with it. Boots on, mics on, let's get into it.
Okay, guys, welcome back to Ladies Love Ladies Love Country. Holly, take it away.
So today we have our very first guest, Zac and George. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
We thought we'd do a little intro on you guys. So Zac and George are an Australian country duo comprising of lifelong friends. You might know them for some of their popular songs, Call It a Day or Some Things Never Change, which was a collaboration with Aussie legend James Johnson. Since their debut in 2022, they have achieved multiple top 10 Australian singles, racked up millions of streams, and performed at major festivals such as CMC Rocks and Riding Hearts.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod. We are so excited to have you both here. Today we'll be really talking about, obviously, Zac and George, how you kind of came into the music industry, about your journey so far, what's next for you guys. And then we'll be doing some of our regular segments. So we'll be talking about our Cowgirl Crush of the Week and also asking you what your song of the week is going to be. And then we have a few little gifts for you.
Yes, so should we give them our first gift?
Yeah. Drum roll, please.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Zac will be happy.
So what is
Hang
it?
on. Ladies love country. Boys.
Beautiful.
Nailed it. How good is that? Spoiler alert, we did see these before we went on. But I'm sorry, but I'm like my reaction's just like not there, but it was.
Let's do it.
Yeah, look.
Let's do it.
Look, yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Wait, it says boy.
Yeah, it says the boy.
Yeah.
We're boys.
Because
hope
also,
so.
what was your latest song that you just released?
Boys from the Country, which is a while ago, but yes, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
so.
It's on brand. It's on brand.
Very fitting.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But we also just wanted to say we love what you guys are doing. We think it's great for the country music scene. You got Dustin Boots and the Alpha Blokes and a few others going around, but this is really cool what you guys are doing.
Yeah. It's really cool. You've hit a market. It's awesome. Really great. Exposing country music into the city. Love it.
Yeah. So that's kind of thank you. We've only got two mics. Sorry, guys. It's like the talking stick.
It literally is.
Yeah. So we started Ladies Love Country because we both love country music and we've been going to all the Aussie festivals for ages and we've seen you guys multiple times and we just we're like, okay, no one really knows. We talk about country music to our friends and no one has any idea what we're talking about. And so we just want to basically share our love of country music because it's just a different world when you go to these country festivals and experience country music. And it's just nothing like any other festival that we've been to. And and our MO is obviously hybrid cowgirls because we're just in the city. As you can tell, we're filming in Malara and I'm wearing cowgirl boots and a big hat. Yeah, but anyways, we're so excited to have you guys. So thank you so much. We might start with a little country confessional hole.
Yes, we get people to voice memo their country confessional. So whether it be at a festival or this stuff. So I actually have my own one to share with you guys today.
Start us off.
And you guys can go.
You guys have a think of one that.
Okay.
So my confession is, many people don't know, I've actually met you before.
Yes.
We met at the stadium gym.
That's right.
Now, my confession is,
Yes.
I pretended I didn't know who you were, and also that I just happened to be listening to your music on my phone. The truth is,
No, when you said hello.
pardon?
Yeah.
When I said hello, so I went up to him and said, "Oh, I'm listening to the CMC playlist, and you just happened to be on my music." Anyway, the truth is, I actually saw you in the gym first, but you were working out with someone, so I was like, I can't really go up to him. This is a bit awkward. But then I started listening to you guys because I knew who you were. So I started listening to your music, and then I saw you out there, and I was like, okay, how do I go up? But how do I seem cool? But
And then I get the call.
yeah, and then I voiced it.
And he's like, oh my God. Yeah, I get this call from Molly. He's like, oh my God, Grace. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, Zac and George are at the gym. And I'm like, how do I talk to them? And I was like, just go and talk to them.
Because I'll be honest, for us, in where we are, eastern suburbs.
Yeah.
That's not really where I'm expecting to get half recognised. I'm like in my zone. I'm like watching a podcast.
You're on a mission.
Oh,
just,
Joe
get
Rogan.
it
I
done.
just worked out. I'm watching Joe Rogan, and this lovely lady just tapped me on whatever. It was like, hello, is your name George? And I'm like, yeah, my name's George. Yeah, there you go. So there's two sides and two different stories. There you go.
Which I think also is why we started this podcast, because we don't really get much exposure to country artists like in Sydney. Like we don't really see them except at the concerts. Like you'd never bump into anyone around the street. So I was like, oh my God, first encounter. This is crazy.
But I think every Australian country artist is like that. Like honestly, just go tap them on the shoulder, like say hello. Everyone's pretty welcoming.
That's country music.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad you confessed. Thank you for your confession.
So we are big fans.
Yeah, no, thank
I
you
knew
very
exactly who you were. Do you guys have a country confessional?
Country confessional.
I got one.
Yeah.
We're at CMA Fest, and we're like just hanging out in the back area, and I'm just loving it because I'm getting free coffee. And
So on brand.
But yeah, Riley Green walks in. Yeah, proper fangirling. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you
Oh
fan
no,
him?
sorry, you probably fangirled more than I
Get
did.
out of it.
The mustache was on point.
Why did he shave it off? Honestly.
Yeah.
Can
I
I?
reckon it was a publicity stunt.
I was about to say, we're talking about it right now on a podcast.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, true.
There you go. He did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I swear.
Or a fun fan encounter or something.
I was at the gym this time.
I like what you did there.
It was really, I wasn't expecting it. I don't know if I've got a confession to make.
That's okay.
Hey, I've never seen you so lost for words, but you're right.
Confession, yeah. There's
He's still
some-
thinking about Riley Green.
Yeah. Let's leave it there. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, let's get on to, speaking of, our cowgirl and cowboy crush of the week. Do you want to go first then?
Ladies first.
Yeah, no, fair. No, I appreciate that. Elle Langley's killing it. I like Elle Langley. Yeah, she's really good. Yeah. I really like what she's doing. Yeah.
What do you like?
She plays guitar. She's got a great voice.
Great tambourine player.
But there's something about when someone stands on a stage and
yes,
owns a stage, and she actually does that really well. Like a tambourine, like yes, it's not mic'd up, but the imagery of the show is a lot.
You can tell it's in time.
Yeah.
I think it's just your way to get to Riley Green, really.
Well, hang on. Yeah, so that's mine. What about you, mate?
CMC last year, Megan Moroney. We flew from Bendigo to Brisbane for that last Sunday night, and we stood there like the artist. There was like a little spot you could go just in front of the crowd, so you're literally just front stage looking up. Yeah.
Where the security guards are.
Where the photography peers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So she's on at about 7 or 8 o'clock. Just jaw to the floor the whole time. Just wow.
Wait, was this
Just really doing.
CMC in 2024? Was that when she was?
Correct. Yeah. But we'd never seen her before. But yeah. So cowgirl crush.
Okay.
That's a good one.
There
I
it
think
is.
she's been one of yours, Grace. Hasn't she?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think she was last week.
Yeah.
She was my cowgirl crush. Switch it up because, you got to give the girls some love as well.
Yeah.
100%. Particularly because we're, just the girls supporting the girls in the country music field. Yeah. I was actually just going to say my cowgirl crush as well. And it's just going to be Lainey.
Oh, good one.
She's just been like she's the person who probably got me like the most into country music. Like I fell hard in love with her. And then we saw her at CMC like not that long ago, and it was just like I was just crying the whole time. Like I was so excited. And then we came back from CMC, we drove. It's like a 10-hour drive or whatever it is. And then last year. And then she was playing at the Hordern Pavilion. And so I was like, Holly, we have to go and see her again. And so 2 days later, we got tickets like an hour before, like on Tixel. We were like, let's go. And then we were just like at the front being like, I was just in awe of her. I love her.
Her stage presence is like
She's
amazing.
a performer.
Okay, I have
You've
one.
got some time to think.
My one is Ernest, just because I feel like he's so underrated. He's so funny, and he writes all the good songs. And I feel like everyone just takes them from him, but he is an unreal writer. So he's my cowboy crush.
Yeah, I actually got right into his album there at one point. This is a couple of years ago, and it was all just like chill beach songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so
I agree,
good.
underrated.
And if you look at all the Morgan Wallen songs, well, the ones that I love, he's been a part of every single one of them. Because him and Hardy just write all of them. I love them.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually tell like which songs Ernest has written,
Yes,
like
I
by
agree.
listening to a song.
Yeah.
You're like, that's an Ernest.
I feel
Yeah,
like
right.
especially on his new album, because his new album has like a bit of the old Morgan Wallen, whereas there's a lot of like the new kind of Morgan Wallen, and all the old ones are Ernest.
Yep.
I love it.
Okay, so we want to ask you guys. You mentioned it briefly before, but you guys were just in Nashville, and we want to hear all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We went to 2 bars. Yes, we were in Nashville, I think all of April. But no, we were laying very low. We stayed with a mate out of town. We just got a little car off Turo.
Churro, have you guys heard of Churro? What-
Churro.
Yeah.
I actually rented a convertible in Malibu. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I've never heard of Churro until I got to LA.
Incredible.
And, yeah.
It's so good. It's like, we've got no association with them, but we found them a couple of years ago. But Churro, if you want to hit us up, no worries.
We used them down in Melbourne the other week.
Yeah,
it was like
literally.
$50 a day.
Yeah.
For an
So
Audi.
cheap. It was an Audi. It was very
Audi
Zac and George.
Very.
Yeah.
It was mint.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But we just got a Churro car, and every time he turned hard left, he made a hell of a noise. But we just didn't go that tight around corners.
Yeah. But
You just stay on the straight and narrow.
Literally, I'm going to go right and right and right again to go straight through the left. But no,
yeah.
it was amazing. We spent a lot of time.
Nashville in 4 words. Oh no, but they're phrases. 4 phrases, changing the rules.
We've obviously got 4 in mind.
Yeah. Writing songs, eating at home, Catan, whiskey.
Oh,
Zach, that is that trip in a nutshell.
That was the trip.
Did you say writing? Yeah. You
Yeah.
said, yeah, good.
Can you tell us more about the writing experience in Nashville? Because we really have no idea how it kind of works, and I'd actually love to know
Me too.
more about
I would
it.
love to know.
Nashville is it's a city full of. We've been going since 2018. So when we first left school, I remember Zach and I were building a hay shed at the farm. We helped my old man. I said to Dad when I was leaving school, I said, we should get a hay shed. Yeah, it's great. You can build it. I said, no. Anyway, we did. But we were having smoko one day, and Dad said, what do you boys want to do? And we said, music. We just want to do music. You know, that'd be really, really cool. He said, well, where do all your favourite artists come from? And we did some research, and it was Nashville. And he just said, well, book a plane ticket over there. Go and see it. And we didn't know a single soul in Nashville. We didn't know anyone that was going to Nashville. And we just booked the tickets, and we went over there for 7 weeks, and we were underage, which is definitely a thing over there. You can't really get into anywhere. But anyway, that was our first trip, and we just learnt that it was a city full of musicians who were doing exactly what we wanted to do. And we just fell in love with the place. Yeah, and that's where 2018.
I was in Nashville in 2018.
Really?
And I was underage too.
Yeah.
So there's only a couple. I'd always go to the bars during the day.
Yeah.
Because you can stay at the bars, and then I'd try and hide in the bathrooms while the people went round, but they caught on way too early.
Yeah.
So we'd have to. This one guy, we walked in. And I was like, oh, I'm underage. And he goes, that's fine, just show me your passport. We'll just pretend. I was like, perfect. So we stayed at that bar the whole time.
Yeah. We had a similar experience. So they said, we're underage. I said, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to put, just don't do anything. Don't go up and get any alcohol. And we're like, no worries, right? Go down to this guy.
Skip the part.
Go down to the next
skip
bit.
the part we paid him to get in.
I was about to say, the next bloke we're like, yeah, we'll just quick. Anyway, we get here. They just said, don't touch the alcohol. I'm like, no worries. We walk through the door. Zach turns to me and goes, you want a beer?
I've got the band, mind you. Like they've given me everything I need.
You're sorted then.
Yeah.
You could have just gone to the bar for sure.
Yeah, but he said don't go to the bar. So I'm like, right, I'm going to the toilet. You go do you. I'm going to go to the toilet. We'll come out. We'll watch this show. Because who was playing?
Lee Bryce.
Lee
It's on a
Bryce was
pop-up.
playing. It was a pop-up stage. Anyway, so I come out of the toilet. Zach's getting dragged out by the security guard. He's just paid to get in there. And you know what? It was one of those moments where I just sat there and was like, yep, no, I'm just going to watch Lee Bryce, mate. I got about halfway.
That's on you.
Yeah, I got about halfway through the song and I went out to the street and found him. But yeah, no, Nashville's full of memories.
That is so funny.
so funny.
So you ditched him.
Yeah, no, about 2 minutes. So I thought, no.
Oh, that's true friendship.
I'm just going to ask more about seeing Mayfest last year. Like, how did that come about? What did you guys perform on? did they have like an up and coming stage? Is that what it was that you guys were on, like Rising Stars?
Yeah, so like I guess the CMA committee determines like what stages everyone's on. So we were on a stage called Reverb Stage, which sort of allows for a full band. It probably fits between 500 to 600 people in there in that little space. But like also people out on the street can watch. But yeah, we don't really pick the stage as such.
You can kind of apply through, and I think management applied for it through, and it's funny, like you can apply for things, but unless things go your way, you don't necessarily get it. So when management rang us and said, you've got, not only are you playing, but you're playing on like, I think 2 or 3 tiers up from where we thought you might have been playing. It was really, really exciting. And we got there and it was incredible. We've got, because we've been going there for a couple of years, we've got some buddies who play instruments and they play every night downtown. So they're playing 40 hours a week playing shows. So they're really, really proficient musicians. And we hit out Tony, who we've known for 6 years. And we go, Tony, mate, we've got this show. We've finally got a show that you can come and play at. And he's like, mate, I'm on tour with, who was he on tour with?
Ross.
No.
Josh
Josh
nailed it.
He's Josh Ross's drummer now. It wasn't when we met him.
He was doing sound for us one night, like random corner bar. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, anyway, so Josh Ross, okay, right, we'll ring Aaron, because Aaron played bass, so we know Aaron. Aaron, can you come? No, he's on tour with someone else. We're like, righto, okay. So we ended up getting a couple of Aussies up with us, who one of them they both lived in Nashville at the time. And it was a pretty surreal thing, you know. Plenty of Aussies over there. We had the first 3.5 rows were like all Australian at the show,
And the rest was empty.
And it started empty. It did start empty because like you play in Australia, you're like Zac and George, I'm like you know. And then Zac and George, we walk out like I'm full of energy. I walk out, I'm like,
where's everyone? Maybe they got the times mixed up.
It was very funny, but we were very grateful because by the time we finished playing, it was pretty full. So, that's how the American thing works. Yeah, it's pretty cutthroat, but yeah, it was really, really cool. Pretty cool.
How, like, obviously you guys have a pretty great fan base in Australia. Like, how is it received in America? Like, do you find that like Americans typically only like prefer to listen to American artists, and like when you're going over there, like what kind of like audiences do you have?
Yeah, well, I guess we sing in a universal sort of country accent.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, like, we met people after that show and they're like, we had no idea you guys were Aussies until you started talking. And that's just the way we've been singing since we went to Nashville. We fell in love with that style of country music. Yeah. It's funny you bring that up right now because I feel like we're starting to get a lot of American following on our social media and like people like saying come to Boston, you know, or
Colorado,
yeah,
all over the place. Yeah.
So
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, no, but I remember one of our first writers' rounds when we were playing at Nashville. It's like, so writers' rounds, you don't. It's not a show. You don't get paid or anything, but you'll get up there and you'll basically play songs you've just written, and it's basically a pub full of people listening to songs that are 24 hours old. So it's brand new songs. This is the first time you ever. So a lot of the songs that you've probably heard from your favourite artist have been played at one of these writers' rounds by one of these writers. Wow. Anyway, so Zac and I get up there and we're like, here's your song called whatever it was. And we didn't say anything. We just started singing. It was great. And then we started talking and no one could understand anything.
This is our first trip.
And the Aussie accent was thick. It was proper thick. And I remember this American came up to me afterwards and goes, where are y'all from? I'm like, Australia. Anyway, and then we decided that, didn't decide, but we noted it's like you've got to really pull the accent away when you go over there because you can't communicate. You're all speaking English, but not everyone understands you.
I was just going to say, did you find a difference between, like, obviously you've done a lot of like Aussie festivals. The crowd, was it different? Like, do you prefer Aussie crowds? Can you say that? Or like, what were the differences?
Yeah, I don't know if you could say you prefer them or not. We haven't probably played enough outside of Australia, but I definitely think Australians get around it a lot, and
absolutely.
Probably always have a beer in their hand, and they're very keen for a party. They're a very welcoming crowd, and like even though we still play a lot of shows where maybe 70 to 50% of the audience haven't heard of us. Or they might know a song or two, and by the end of it, they're just getting around you. So there's definitely that aspect in Australia.
Very cool. So you mentioned before that you wrote songs within like 24 hours, like you played a song that you've written just before. So how long would it typically take you guys to kind of get to the point where you're releasing a song, and like where do you start?
Well, maybe a year.
It's a good question.
Thank you.
It depends,
actually,
though.
for us, times two.
Yeah. Like Red Wine and Roses would have probably been written in 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
One of the two. Like we decided that we wanted to write music and learn how to write music before we tried to be artists. Because I believe that, and we both believe that the lyric and the music is the backbone of the operation. So if you can figure out how to do that, usually the other stuff will just be whatever, you know. Zach Top's a great example of that. He has spent so many years honing his guitar and his vocal. He's writing some amazing music, and now he's been exposed. So, you know, being able to, you know, write music for a long time. Yeah, it really depends.
Yeah.
Like Call It a Day was written probably 3 months before it was recorded, but then Red Wine was 4 years before it was recorded. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the first batch was like a while because we were writing for 5 years before we released the song. But I guess the newer music that we're working on at the moment, we're talking a lot less.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the most latest music that we've been working on at the moment is like wrote last trip, you know. Yeah. So yeah, it's a couple of months old and it's already been recorded. So yeah, it varies. Yeah.
And do you think that you ever like? So we're both creatives, and so we kind of, I feel like we both have the same idea in our heads. Is that, do you ever feel like a song is complete? Like, do you have that like level of perfectionism where you don't want to release it because it's not perfect, or?
Yeah, it's hard because you know the objective going into the studio is we're going to get this song to the finish point, and then at some point you do end up just going, okay, if all I end up doing is getting this EQ right, this volume right, and we change the bass line, I'll be happy. There's a little bit of compromising, you know. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of some of those writers' rooms, especially early in the day, the way Nashville worked back then, less now. I don't know if that's probably maybe because we're artists, but it was, you do a 3-hour block and you could do 1, 2, or 3 3-hour blocks. So you might go into 2 other writers and you'll have 3 hours, and whatever you get is what you get. So it varies. It varies on how finished a song is when you finish. Yeah.
We're also going through, I don't even know what you call it. We're going through something at the moment where you've got songs out and you're like, I want to keep bettering.
Yeah.
And so when you're recording a song, you're just questioning everything about it. You're like, is that better? Can that be better? Yeah. And then, and so you start overthinking it, and then, you know, you might share it to your manager, your producers, like everyone's saying, boys, stop overthinking it. Oh. Like, you brought this song in for a reason. It's fine. Just let it rip and back yourself. So yeah, we're going through that a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So we might take it back to the start now, and we'll ask you guys how you really got into music and what you guys see for the future. Like, what's next for Zac and George?
And also, you mentioned that you have new music. Do you have like when that might be coming out, or?
Can you tell us?
Well, we're still in the production phase, of a lot of songs, and there's no real plan as of yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, sorry. There's no dates to tease. Sorry.
But as anyone that knows us, things do take time with the two of us. There's a lot of back and forthing, with two minds. So hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. But back to, what was the question first?
The first question was how you guys got into music. You kind of touched on it briefly, but how did you get from obviously your first Nashville trip to where you guys are now?
Okay, first Nashville trip.
COVID. COVID was like, we both went off and did our own things. Music, like, pretty much the industry shut down. There was no gigs. We were playing a lot of covers gigs at the time, weddings, pubs.
Well, that was how we would go to America and we'd write as much as we possibly could.
Correct.
And then we'd fly home and then we'd play as many weddings and private functions as we could. And then as soon as we had enough money to get back to America,
Literally.
We'd buy a plane ticket. We're like, right, we're going 2 weeks' time. Get over there. We're messaging all our mates. We're coming back. And they're so excited. There was one time we were there like in 3 times in 12 months. Like, you know. And then COVID happened. We'd flown back into Australia. Went from Sydney to Newcastle. There's a show in Newcastle, wedding in Newcastle, and COVID was this weird word that people were still trying to figure out how to say, and we flew in, and then we got to the show, and we set everything up indoors, and then the lady who was running it ran out, and she's like, "We've got to move everything outside," and we're like, "You're over exaggerating." Anyway, we moved it, and halfway through the ceremony, all the lockdowns started and everything, and we went back home, and we're kind of like, you know, everything we've been working towards the last couple of years is kind of, we don't know what's going on. So that was a fun time. Sorry, mate, I was just
No, mate. Yeah, so next, we both went off and did our own thing. George did an apprenticeship. I went back to uni for a bit, and that was just like the realisation that, hang on a second, what are we doing? The world's starting to open back up, and we're not where we probably wanted to be. And then just went, boom, back into the music, got into the studio, and just started putting songs out.
I think the big thing as well, like we'd focused on writing music and being writers a fair bit. Like we decided, we've been focusing on all this writing. Let's try the artist thing. Let's just record a song, and that was jump right in. And we recorded another couple of songs, and we were like, we can do better. That's when we met our buddies M Squared, and we decided we're like, this is the sound, and this is what we really like out of the product. And M Squared were like, we reckon we can do that, and that's how that partnership and relationship started, and been good mates with the boys ever since. And
who would be your dream collab if you could collab with any artist?
There you go.
I reckon, and I know it sounds cliche, but especially the music that we're doing at the moment, Keith Urban would be. It's like big choruses, big guitars, just that full band experience we're going for. It'd just fit in. It'd work. You know, it's like you'd want to do a collaboration with someone that's giving off a similar vibe.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a sucker, but Rascal Flatts.
Oh, yep.
I just.
Actually, my song of the week. But
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Do we get to do Song of the Week too?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Get in early, mate.
Yeah, I will.
You go
Can I say
first.
my Song of the Week? Can I just say it? No.
Yeah, please.
No, I'm not going to do it. No, we'll wait. We'll
George,
wait.
who is your song of the week?
My Song of the Week. Why Wait is the top of one of their earlier albums, Rascal
I
Flatts.
don't know that one. How's it go, mate?
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm retiring. No, it's an incredible song. It is, yeah. Why Wait? But yeah, Rascal Flatts for me. Zac and one of our earlier trips to Nashville, we went to the Grand Ole Opry, which is an amazing place. And I said to Zac, my mate, I said to mate, this guy here.
This guy.
Yeah.
No, another Zac.
I said, I really want to see Rascal Flatts, and they're playing at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
And this is before they retired. And now they're back, but before they retired. And I was like, let's just book tickets. We don't know who's supporting them. Let's just book tickets. And we booked the tickets. And then the support acts come out. And Dan and Shay was supporting Rascal Flatts. And also, so was Chris Jansen and Carly Pearce. Wow. So the four of them were playing at this show. And Zac and Chris Jansen and Carly Pearce weren't who they are now.
Yeah.
Well, I'd never heard of Chris Jansen till that night.
Yeah.
And he just put on this ripper performance. I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah. And even Dan and Shay, like we love their early albums and you know, those early albums, Where It Began and there's a couple others, but yeah, we were just in awe watching them play. It was incredible. Yeah.
I was actually going to say my thought for a dream collab for you would be Dan and Shay. Like, I definitely think you give off I still do, but like, especially in the early days of getting into country music, they were like my absolute go-to. I think you guys, the four of you, would be a great little collab. That would be so fun.
Yeah, you and Shay could have a sing-off.
Oh.
Let's get this happening.
Yeah.
You'd smoke me.
I actually have a question. I remembered my other question.
Okay.
This is a random one, but
You keep that.
when you're creating your music, do you normally do lyrics first, or do you do like the music first?
I think most songs come from a idea. So being a lyric, like a hook or something simple, like call it a day. We might be just having a yarn, having some Chick-fil-A, and we're going, you know, I could probably have a beer and just call it a day. And someone looks and goes, that's a pretty good idea for a song. And then you might pick the guitar up, and then someone might start humming a melody. That's usually how it goes, for me at least.
Yeah, I can't. I need a melody to write. Yeah, I think for me, I'm a big music person. I got to feel like I get excited about a melody and the way a song goes, and then I'm like, I'm going to write lyrics to that type of thing. Like I've written songs with a mate of ours. I'm not going to say anything too much more than that. But a buddy.
Who's that?
You weren't. You were there for a little bit of it.
Who was it?
When we were in Nashville, we wrote a song. We started a song, and we didn't have a guitar in the room, and we just were singing it, and that was great for me. I didn't feel like we needed the guitar, which was a very different thing that I'd done before as a songwriter. So yeah, it really depends, but definitely a melody is the backbone of.
And I'm just in the other room. Like this is like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm tapping out. I'm not writing a song. Even from Dallas, he's like, I don't know. He's probably just wired from being on the road, and he's like, let's write a song. And I was like, nah, mate.
Zach's like, I'm going to go in and watch whatever New Housewives or whatever, Gossip Girl.
Anyway, I'm just listening to these guys in the lounge. Bing, ding, 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 ding. They're doing the guitar riff with their mouth.
Getting into it.
What is going on?
Zach's,
So I start listening to what they're writing. And
just hang on. Wait. The chorus is written. The chorus is written. 2 verses are written. This guy and I, we're going for the home run. We're right at the bridge.
They
we're
need
right
that
at the
little
bridge.
special sauce.
Righto.
And I'm like, I know exactly like what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But you're just missing it. I pop my head out and go, this is what it should be. And that's it.
And I'm like, no, it's not. This guy has had nothing to do with this song.
Exactly.
Anyway, in Nashville, it's a word for a third. So I've chucked a word in there, so I get 33% of that song.
That's actually gold.
We're talking like 4 words. It's actually
Made the song.
Just came in at the end and just stole everyone's thunder.
well, no one had anything to do with it. This guy just uploaded it to this app called Apra, and it's 33.3%. And I'm looking at it going, oh, naughty.
Well, if you guys need any extra 4 words, just come to us.
Copy. Smart.
Not that I have any musical talent whatsoever, but I'll give it a go, you know? Anyway, so obviously that's a very like organic style of writing. So when you go to Nashville, like, and you're saying that you have, you know, your intense periods of writing where you just try to write as many songs as you can, is that like, do you ever feel like it's hard because you're kind of like forced in that 7 weeks or however long you're there to just like make music, or do you just kind of take the pressure off and let it happen?
Definitely a lot of pressure this trip. Like we knew what we were riding towards. We knew where we wanted to take the music for once. Like usually we go to Nashville just going, we just want to write the best songs. This time we went one more and said, these are the types of songs we want to be writing. Okay. This is the channel. And if we're not writing towards that, there's no point writing that song. And so
Which is weird.
Which was really weird.
Yeah.
Because as songwriters, like, I remember at school, like, we were doing drama or whatever, and it's in a creative space, you don't block a thought idea. Yeah. So, like, if someone says, let's write a song about a green fern, let's go to town on a green fern. Let's take this and make this the biggest thing ever.
Let's go from the day it was planted to the day...
That was a little seed. That little seed has got a history, okay?
Yeah. And then...
But, you know, you don't block a thought. You don't block an idea. But this trip, it was... I feel like it was more we're trying to be do the artist thing and go, this is what we feel like Zac and George is. Let's write music that feels like it wants to be Zac and George. So, I can't actually remember the question. Did we answer it?
No, I think you did. And do you think that it was like successful? You know, in terms of like you channeling what you think Zac and George should be.
Can we beep all these out?
Yeah.
We've got songs like, which I feel like's very Zac and George. Yeah. What else we got? That's another song. Yeah. What else we got? Talk to me.
A lot of drinking going on.
I said this when we were in Nashville.
It's all about the
it is a trend. No. But there's a lot of music that we kind of feel this is who Zac and George, but also what people get excited about over here. You know, like we've learnt a fair bit, like with Call It a Day, even Loving in It. Like that song didn't get any playlisting, didn't get any push, and that was all off social media. Just people just liked the song. So yeah, it's been an interesting trip.
My favourite of yours is actually Nothing to Lose. Just thought I'd put that out.
That was my that's the one song that I've listened to the most after getting the mix back. Like I was working in an office at the time, actually, and if my boss sees this, well, it explains a lot. But I literally, for 3 weeks straight, just kept hitting play. I could not stop listening to it. I just I was just daydreaming, just staring at the screen, just listening to this song, going, I'm really keen on this song.
Why do you like it?
I don't know. It's just the one that I always gravitate towards. I also think when you played it at Riding Hearts, I was there, and I just have good like association from that. I just remember, I don't know, that's my favourite. Awesome. I can't say why. But
Which festivals are you guys gonna? What shows have you got planned for the rest of the year?
Okay, yeah. One we are very excited about though is we are finally able to play a show in the Sydney region. Which is on the 3rd of October.
Wow, nailed it. George is like, Zac, you got to remember the date. I'm going to mess it up.
I've walked in here all day.
Don't worry.
I walked in.
I was about to tell you guys.
Is it written down?
No,
you haven't remembered it. Oh,
It's
you
not here.
are right. Where's the one in Brisbane?
What?
Do you know the one?
That one I didn't get.
September 14th.
Is it fair income? No, but we get to finally bring a show to Sydney, which we've wanted to do for a long time. Yeah. But we're so lucky. We've got some awesome festivals coming up this year. We've got Gympie, we've got Savannah in the Round, we've got the night in Sydney, the Barracks.
Night at the Barracks.
That's the Manly one.
Yes, yeah, Manly, yep. And then you are all over it. It's fantastic.
Supporting our good mate James Johnson. They've also opened a Brisbane one. Night at the Parklands.
Night at the Parklands, yes.
Yeah. Very nice.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. We've just announced we're coming back to Tamworth Country Music Festival. We've had a year off, so it's really, really looking forward to getting back to the town hall.
Very nice.
We've actually never been to Tamworth, so we're excited. Yeah. We're going to go in January.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
We've got quite a bit on the cards for this year, but we'll see you guys at Gympie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We will be there. So, Holly, your question before was, what's your favourite thing about playing Aussie festivals?
Yeah, what's your favourite thing about like Aussie festivals compared to like a concert, for instance, like playing in front of like people that may not know your songs and things like that? You kind of touched on it before.
I think it's the hang.
Yeah.
It's definitely like catching up with the band, having a beer backstage with like all the other artists and their crew.
Yeah.
Because like you all become like a bit of a family, and like you meet, you're seeing everyone at every second festival, you're seeing the same people. So it's really good. It's just a way to catch up with everybody.
100%. Yeah, it's also good. Yeah, even from a music point of view, it's you can listen to what each other are doing and talk through concepts. It's like we're going to try this with the state. I remember we did. It's very fun. Mount Isa Radio. We had a concept where like, let's do a cover of a song that people are not going to expect us to do a cover of, and that was "Teenage Dream" by Katy Perry. So that was the reaction. That was the reaction we got from 98% of the people, and like the other artist who was headlining, we said this, and they're like, "That's like great, good luck."
We're talking as cowboys they come.
Yeah,
like,
and
this
it's
crowd,
just Mount Isa
this
Radio.
crowd, it was tough.
Anyway, I've never heard a crowd sing a song so loud. I said at the start, I think I said, ladies, if you know this, help us out. Boys, if you know it, let loose. And the guys...
Let your hair down.
Let your hair down. They are screaming. We've got in-ears in that block out all the noise, and I could hear them singing through my in-ears. It's just, it was crazy, yeah.
We were watching the footage back, and you can just see all the girls just go off, and all the guys looking like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
You kidding?
By the chorus, there's dudes like slamming it.
The boys get the boys got around Katy Perry hard, yeah. So it was very, very funny. But yeah,
That's
all
gold.
those festivals, yeah, they're really good fun, really, really good fun.
Yeah. Oh, we love them. So, do you guys have a pre-show ritual? Like, do you do anything particular before you get on show? On stage?
Depends, individually or as a band.
Both.
individually, what do you do?
I got eye on my shirt. That's a big one. I just didn't know if we're going to go personal, but yeah, I got eye on my shirt. That is a proper. I don't like. I hate not getting up with an iron shirt. Usually, you're travelling to the show, so it gets all crinkled.
My pre-show is just like zen. Like, don't come to me like overexcited about the show and stuff, because I do the opposite. So that when I come on, I can just, I don't know, I just somehow need to like just build all that energy up. Hey, buddy.
Zach loves dogs.
I love dogs.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I was like, oh my god, are they allergic to dogs or something? Like, I'm just gonna get Harvey.
Zach is a cat person.
Oh, he's a cat person.
Yeah.
I won't hold it against you.
Not many people do. Like, we're either one or the other.
That's lucky.
But no, it's not that I don't like. I like this dog, but like because he's just chill. Like he's happy to just sit there and not pester me. But like if a dog's just up there licking up my face, I'm just like, come on, mate.
That's fair enough.
No.
Yeah. So
Dog. So are you like meditating pre-show? Like, talk me through it.
I'm just doing my own thing. Like I just talk at a casual tone.
Okay.
Let's just keep it chill. Yeah, mate, that's fine. No worries, guys. Let's not go up here, because I'm gonna have to try and do that when I get there. And if I do that now, I'm gonna run out of steam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But then as a band, we've got a bit of a.
Well, no, we do that.
We kind of, if there's anyone's got any questions, because a lot of our shows, we're FIFO. We fly in, play the show, and you fly out. And, like we'll fly in, we'll talk to the band, make sure everyone's comfortable. Yeah. If we're trying a new material, we might run a couple of songs in backstage. But then we do a bit of a huddle. And I only just remembered we didn't do a huddle last show. Yeah, I was thinking about it on the drive up. Yeah. Goodness.
We were pressed for time,
crazy.
And we were trying to keep it zen.
Yeah, we were trying.
The boys, we had some we had 25 minutes, and we just had some patching issues. So literally, the boys didn't come off stage to go back on. They were just up there, and once we could go.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to come off and huddle.
Yeah, but that's a big thing. We're able to take a breath. Usually our drummer will say something, but I actually picked our bass player, which is why I remembered we didn't do the huddle. I picked him and he didn't get to do it, and he wasn't happy he had to do it. I said, "You're doing it, Swano." Anyway, but yeah, we like to have a few words and just tell each other we've got each other's back, and
4 seconds in, 4 seconds out.
Breathe, big breath.
Big breath.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what we do.
Very nice.
Grace was doing that before this interview. But
Zach, please tell us your song of the week this week.
Okay, it's very cliche to say Morgan Wallen, Skull, Chevy and Browning. I think there's a few gems on that album, but that's definitely one of them. There's a pedal steel in there.
Oh, tell us what a pedestal is.
Pedal steel, it's a lovely instrument.
You move it with your knees and your feet.
And you can keep a hand here and play different notes.
With cheeses on your fingers.
Yes, with cheeses on your fingers. That was what was mentioned. Yes, pedal steel. It's lovely. It's a lovely instrument.
Yeah, I just like the lyric, like the first opening line: "Be a friend like Skull, or always there in a pinch." Like, I don't know. There's a nice message behind that song if you really listen to the lyrics.
That's the thing about country music too, is you get a feeling, but you also get a message or a story. There's meat on the bone still when you get it.
You're talking to Morgan Wallen's #1 fan as well over here.
I love a bit more his Dangerous album. Like that, you just can't go wrong. I always say if I could only listen to one album for the rest of my life, or even artist, I'd pick him and that album. Like, it's just unreal, because I think all of his songs have such deep meaning, and like, I just think he's an amazing songwriter.
You see me in the back of a cowgirl banging my head on a window. I heard that lyric.
See, I wish I could do that. I was just saying, I was like, if I had to like pick one superpower, like people say like, oh, like go invisible, like mine would be to sing. And you just have that.
Your song of the week, Grace?
My song of the week is Tulsa Time by Don Williams, and it's like an OG, I don't actually know, but it's like, it's very old. Like, when you can listen to it and you're like, I can tell this is super old. Like probably from like the 80s or something.
I don't know.
I've got no idea. Anyway,
yeah,
it's really
very
good.
old. Yeah.
I saw some girls doing a line dance to it the other day, and I fell in love with it. So that's been my song of the week. Speaking of being musical,
Missed me again.
oh, technically, I did already ask you. Holly, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week is Rascal Flatts, Yours If You Want It, but with Jordan Davis, because I love Jordan Davis. His voice is amazing.
He's awesome.
You guys could post like a reel, like just about you guys going back and forth on missing each other, and just like little comedy.
The fumbles. The whole first episode, Grace was trying to find her coffee the whole time.
I found it 2 days later in the cupboard.
A cup of coffee.
No, literally, I was like, okay, look, I'm going to get ready. I was getting like nervous and I was like, I need to be on my like, high energy. So I planned my like beautiful almond cappuccino, went around the corner and got it, brought it back inside, had 2 sips of it. And then I was obviously like tidying up like the studio, the front room. And then I put it in the cupboard and I was doing laps of the house being like, where is this goddamn coffee? Like it's missing. And then I went to put some towels away 2 days later and I was like, oh, for God's sakes. It's like in the towel cupboard. Well, speaking of being musical, Holly, we have a bit of surprise for you guys.
So,
And this one you don't actually know what's coming.
and this one is a surprise.
And don't worry, we didn't run it past your manager, but it's all good.
We listened to your Dusty Boots podcast, and you talked about the harmonica, and it's one of Grace and I's goals to learn the harmonica. So we thought we're all going to learn how to play the harmonica. So,
I wish this would be if you could play harmonica, it would be awesome.
well, you need to. One for you,
They're fresh, don't
and
worry.
one for you. And then, okay.
We got your harmonica.
It says kids harmonica. I'll swap you.
It's a C key. C key.
Okay.
And then we've become prepared. So the first one I think might be a bit too hard. So we're gonna go. Do you know the song "Pink Skies" by Zach Bryan?
No.
Oh well, we're gonna learn it on the
I probably know
harmonica,
it. I
so
probably know
it'll
it.
be your new favourite song.
It's literally
You know the song.
it's literally 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 5 5.
We picked an easy one. We
Yeah, we
can
got you guys
use
the
it.
first one.
Oh, that's the half. It's the semi.
Yeah, it's
Do you want to play the song again? How fun is it?
There's a lot of spit in there now.
That's why you can keep that one.
Should do it at Gimpy.
Yes, we're happy to come up on stage at Gimpy.
Come play 'em with us. Bring yours as well.
Oh, yeah. We might have to get you non-kids versions.
No.
They wouldn't have the numbers on it. We need the numbers.
Oh,
It probably doesn't have the numbers on it.
yeah. What is next for Zac and George?
Well,
We've got
It's
some,
like
on,
another
mate.
beer.
we are. What's next on the agenda? We are making some music, which is really nice. We're spending plenty of time in the studio, but we are also just can't wait to bring some new songs to a live show near you, wherever you are. Got like we said before, got a show in Sydney, Brizzy, all over the place. But yeah, playing some more music live is something we're looking forward to doing. I thought you were going to add something.
I was waiting.
yeah, it's definitely been a while. I think our last song we put out was November, and for good reason. Like, yeah, things take time, and we just needed to take a bit of a breath and be like, okay, we've put an array of songs out so far. Let's hone in on a bit more on what we want to be putting out and what we feel like the next phase is.
Beautiful. Perfection takes time, guys. So is the plan to keep playing in Australia, or is the plan to kind of move into more of like the American audiences?
I think I'll go where you want us to play. If we, if we're in
Well
America,
said, mate. That was a really- that was a really good answer.
Honestly, we'll go anywhere. We just love playing music to people that love having a good time and enjoy our music, and yeah, we just love playing, and wherever that is, we'll go. Yeah, so who knows? But we've been really appreciative of Australian support, and yeah, it's been a really cool start. So thank you all for listening, and thank you guys as well for having us too and helping us. So we really appreciate that.
thanks so much for listening, guys. It would mean the world to us if you followed Zac and George on socials and Spotify, and also gave us a follow, Ladies Love Country. Go and check out their upcoming shows. They've got one in October in Manly and in Brisbane in
September?
The 14th of September. And they'll be at Gympie Buster on, 31st of August. Yeah, beautiful. Cool. Thank you so much for coming on the show, guys. We had the best time chatting to you, and we can't wait to see what you guys are gonna bring out in the future.
And you'll see us all on stage playing the harmonica at Gympie.
Oh, we can't wait. And also, all the best for the podcast. Yeah, love what you guys are doing. It's really cool.
Thanks, guys.
That's a wrap on this week's episode of Ladies Love Country.
If you laughed, learned something, or just love a bit of chaos, give us a follow. Leave us a review.
You'll find us on Instagram and TikTok at Ladies Love Country for extra gossip and behind-the-scenes cowboy grade nonsense.
Until next time, keep your boots on
And your playlist loud. Yeehaw!